Well, good evening, Facebook community. Alejandro Tornato here, coming directly from Beaufort, Georgia. And let me be the first one to wish you a very, very happy New Year 2020. Not only this is the beginning of a brand new year, but it is the beginning of a brand new decade. The decade of the 2020, and I don't know about you, but I am excited. I am excited because every day and every year brings with it new possibilities. And I want to welcome you to our first episode of the year. This is amazing that the first Wednesday of 2020 falls on the first of the year. And this is episode 1 of our transformational mentoring Wednesday edition. And every new year, as I said, brings with it new opportunities, new possibilities, and a completely new and fresh start to my life's journey, to your life's journey. However, we find people who are very eager, who cannot wait to begin those New Year's resolutions. Now, are you a New Year's resolutioner? Do you make New Year's resolutions? I don't know. I mean, I can tell you myself, I used to. I don't do that anymore. And in the same vein that you find people who are eager and cannot wait, to start those New Year's resolutions, then at the same time you have, and we can find people who never make New Year's resolutions. Why? Very simply because they know that those silly resolutions never ever work. Have you discovered that most people who very enthusiastically come up with New Year's resolutions, they never, very rarely, they fulfill them. Now, with great love and respect for you, I want to tell you that there is nothing wrong with resolutions, whether it be New Year's resolutions, whether it be end of the year resolutions, whether it would be mid-year's resolutions. There is nothing inherently wrong with any kinds of resolutions. The problem, however, is definitely not in the resolutions, but entirely in our own attitudes and in people's attitudes toward those resolutions that make the great difference. It is the attitude towards those resolutions. It is the determination to those resolutions. And therefore today, and in the few moments that I have remaining with you, I would like to share 4 questions that you can ask yourself to begin an awesome new year and a brand new decade. I think that I mean, if you know me a little bit, you know that I am all for asking questions, asking good questions. Not silly questions, but asking good questions. If you want to get great answers, then begin by asking great questions. You see, John Maxwell wrote a book just about that topic. It says, great leaders ask good or great questions. If you are a great leader, then you're not asking, silly, insignificant types of questions. No. You want to know, so you want to ask questions that would provide you answers that are very valuable and helpful to you. And so today, I think that there are 4 questions that I want to share with you and talk a little bit about that would start us on the right foot for this new year in front of us. Now, I invite you to come with me on this question, what I call question journey. Now, are you ready? Let's get set. And here we go. The first question is this: where am I today? And you can ask that yourself. Where are you today? Now, if you're in a shopping mall, doing some shopping, there is always a detailed board somewhere or in multiple places that gives you directions on how to get to a particular store. Let's say that you want to go to the Apple store. And so it says, well, this is a huge mall. Where on earth is the Apple store? Do I have to go right? Do I have to go left? Do I have to go to the second or third floor? Do I have to go to the basement of the mall? Where is this store? And so you go to that board and you can find where the Apple store is. However, the starting point, is there is a red star somewhere in that board that says, you are here. You are here. And the purpose of that red star or red dot, and is very visible, is for the simple reason that you cannot begin your journey to the Apple store if you don't know where you are. So you have to find out where you are right now so you can get to the destination that you want to get to. So the very first question is very important. And I would suggest that you answer it in a few categories. You see, where am I today? Where are you today? And where are you today in your career? That's one of the categories. You see, focus on your job and the pursuit of professional excellence and professional success. Where are you career-wise? Or where do you want to get? So where you are, where is the goal? Where do you want to be on December 31st of 2020? A year, 366, not 65, because this year it's a leap year, so February has 29 days. So we have an extra day. So where do you want to be at the end of the year in your career? Do you want to stay in the same career? Do you want to change careers? Do you want to do something completely different? Now, where are you today in your family? Remember to balance your work life with your family life. But where are you family-wise? Where are you with friends or in your social circle? Where are you spiritually? Where are you with your health? You know, health, many people ignore health. But if you don't have good health, you cannot have anything else. So everything starts with looking after the body that you have. Are you eating right? Are you sleeping right and enough? All those things are very important. Where are you socially or in a fun category? You see, think about the activities and experiences that bring you joy and laughter in your life. Those two incredibly important elements, joy and laughter. So many people, they live miserable lives, but the beginning of a new year is not a time to be miserable. It's a time to be joyful. It's a time to have a heart full of expectancy, because you are at the door of many new opportunities and possibilities in your life. You're just about to go through that door. So that's question number one, which is extremely important. So where are you today? Now, question number two is, what has helped you change before? What had been some things that help you change in the recent past? Now, believe me, when I talk to people or when I mentor people, it's not my practice to encourage them to look into the past or to go and stay and spend lengthy amounts of time in the past. I believe that life should be fully lived in the present, in what I and many other teachers called the here and now, the present moment. However, looking into the future, because new possibilities, new things will be happening in the present or in the future, never in the past. Whatever is in the past is already gone. However, in certain occasions, I think it's proper to revisit the past and find the sources that helped you make changes, get better, and obtain success. Why? Because those things that help you in your journey to be successful, then you can implement the same strategies for this year. Now, some of those, perhaps working with a coach or a mentor, provided you with clarity to avoid a few traps and overcome some obstacles. On the other hand, it could have been ending a toxic and energy-draining relationship that got you over the hump. Maybe an intimate relationship or a friendly one, or even a business partnership or a business relationship. Whatever it is, if it's a toxic relationship, is not good. Is not even good for your health, for your emotional health. Many people even die from a state of deep depression. So emotional health is something that we have to pay attention to. Now, the idea of doing this exercise is to recall the strategies you used back then in the past, and if they worked for you, if they produced good results, then you can bring them to your present state and you can begin implementing those again because they did work. Now, don't bring the ones that didn't work, because if they didn't work back then, the likelihood that they're not going to work right now. So don't even bother with those. Now, question number 3. How can I get out of my way? And let me share that with you. How could you get out of your way? You know, sometimes it's not the circumstances that are on the way. It's not the obstacles that are on the way. It's not the difficulties that are on the way. It is us that is standing in our own ways and prevents us from making progress. You know, the mind is a very powerful thing. We can do big things when our mind is convinced that we can do those things. Remember, whether you think you can or can't, you are absolutely right. If you think you can do something, no matter how complex it may be, you will find a way to do it. And if you think that you cannot do something, no matter how simple it may be, then the mind says, no, I cannot do it, so I don't know. I don't know. I cannot even find the way or the resources to get this thing done. So the mind is a very powerful instrument to help us move in the right direction or to put the brakes and detract us from moving in that direction. And question number 4. What is your why? What is your why? You know, and I was thinking about this, that it's very difficult to engage in these types of exercises. Whether it be at the beginning of the year and thinking, how I can begin living this new year to the fullest of my ability and to the fullest of your ability. And we cannot avoid the topic or the element of purpose, because when the question is asked, what is your why? This is a purpose-driven question. We cannot avoid including purpose into any conversation, and it is because of its importance. Purpose is at the core, is the root that would support anything that we do. Do you know what your purpose is? You see, most New Year's resolutions are pretty predictable. The most common resolutions are usually things like get healthy. I mean, go and join a gym and begin a workout routine, or perhaps get your house in order, get organized, whether it be time management, whether it be avoiding distractions, whether it be getting your office organized. So those are two of the most predictable and common resolutions that people engage in. Taking care of their health and their overall organization. Now, the key is understanding why these goals and others really matter in your life. Why is it? You see, committing to specific goals that fit the areas that need your time and attention and have a bigger purpose. You see, if your why, for example, if your why is building in more time for relationships and fun to enrich your life, then keep that why on a note and stick it to your mirror so you can see it as you wake up in the morning and go in front of the mirror in your bathroom, and you can see that and keep that purpose very visible. Otherwise, it'll very quickly disappear. And that's why I believe that most people who set those New Year's resolutions and they stick with them for maybe about 6, 7, 8 weeks at the most, and then they go back to their old ways, is because they don't know why they decided to do whatever they wanted to do. I mean, go to the gym, get organized, develop a new habit, replace an old bad habit. I don't know, whatever it may be for you. But if something is going to stick with you for the long haul, for the long run, then what you need to do is know exactly the why, the purpose for which you want to do whatever you want to do. That is, I cannot emphasize enough how important that is, because when you keep that purpose in the forefront of your mind, then there's a why. I'm doing this because of this. And this is not something that is for just a few weeks. This is something that I want to continue doing for the rest of my life. I want to get into that habit, develop it, strengthen it, and continue building on that, because I know that that is good for me, that is good for you. So that's why I want to make that commitment for the long run, for life. And so those are the 4 questions that I wanted to share with you. So the first one is, where are you today? Where are you today? The second one is, what has helped you in the past to change and to get better. Know that because you can implement those things again this year. Number 3, how can I get out of my way? How can you get out of your way? You know, sometimes progress is not reached because you are in your own way. And number 4, what is your why? What is the purpose that you are doing what you're doing? So today is January 1st, 2020. It's a new year. It's a great year. It's an awesome year. Begin implementing this. Ask yourself these questions. Don't just live every day following the same old things. Be creative. Be impactful. Do things that perhaps you've never attempted, that you've never done. See, we have 366 days in front of us before we can celebrate a new year. We have all these days in front of us. Now, time goes quickly. So let's not waste time. Let's get to business right now. Let's get it done. Let's do it. Let's make this year, and this is a good commitment. Let's make this year the best, the greatest year of our lives. Is that possible? Of course it is possible. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Let that greatness bubble out of you and show the world, show the universe that we want to make a difference, and the universe will open up great opportunities and possibilities for us to really step out and make a significant difference in people's lives. Thank you very much. This has been Alejandro Tornato. I'm signing out right now, and I want to wish you again a very happy and prosperous and joyous New Year 2020. And as I always remind you, live every moment. Be resilient. And also be kind, be passionate, be well.